Alright, so trying to do a little bit of work trying to figure out what's wrong with this, the light lamp indicators on this, or fault indicators on this 2010 Challenger. And the indications that we have so far, the ABS light is on steady. The red brake indicator light is on steady. It's not intermittent, it's steady forever, for a year plus. Then there's a couple more lights. I believe it's called the AES light. The traction control light's on. Pushing the ABS light does absolutely nothing. Doing a reset of the steering wheel left and right to rule out some of these other problems that are common when we do some YouTube search. That didn't do anything to reset a steering angle sensor. Went to AutoZone, got a printout, and it said the most likely culprit is the passenger rear tire wheel speed sensor. We did replace that. That did nothing for this. Didn't change anything at all. So I've got a higher end code reader and reprogrammer, code reset, key programmer, etc. on the way. It's a couple days out, so I wanted to rule out a couple more things here. So we're going to check. I know that the fluid in the the fluid in the brake fluid container is right at the full line. What I don't know is if the electrical connection is good there. If there's a problem with the actual sensor, I guess you'd call it like the fill sensor or whatever, that shows that it has the correct amount of fluid in it. So trying to get at this electrical quick connector in here. It's a little bit clunky, a little bit cumbersome. So you got your cover right here, of course, that pops off nice and easy. So you can get down here, and then right here is the focus sensor connector right here, and I believe it's just a push down on this top area here, and it should just pull out. I'm having a hard time getting in there, so I tried a couple different tools. I got a couple different clamp tools, different pliers, stuff like that. We'll get down and see what works. I believe it's going to be something like this guy. We can preset the depth that you want to squish. Yeah, so this one ended up working very well just because it's short tool, probably a short pliers down in there. That might work as well. See if I can get this on video. Basically, you need a narrow tip something on there that will grip around that push tab and then push down and pull out. That's about the best I can show you. That it's kind of a little cramped and wonky in there. Next, I want to get some of these Harbor Freight Tools alligator clamp test leads on there and get those. I'm cramped up with this camera. Sorry about this video. All right, so let's get some test leads down inside this tester. Is going to be your 2 pins down in there. See if I can show what's going on. So basically you can see that it's got the, holy crap, I got to take this camera off this mount. This ain't working for anything. Sorry about that. Alright, so down inside there you get the 2 male test two male connectors that go into these 2 females right here. And so I want to be able to get these wires down in there and make an extension. So what it did is, see if this works first. I take a piece of wire and out of one end cut it down basically like this, right? And you have all the wires sticking out, and you can pull a bunch of these wire strands out of there. And then what it does, it creates a little void pocket in this end, so you can cut this off flush, and you should be able to plug this onto one of those 2 pins for your initial contact, and they'll be protected because there's no wires that can touch around the outside. You're just pushing onto the pin, and then we have a little extension basically down in this cramped quarter. So I'll show you what's up. So I just plugged that flat end in on one of those 2 pins, the one to the right, and now I know it is protected against whatever I do here on the left. So I can just clip this guy on, and if I touch the contacts left or right, it's not going to make contact because I'm all protected down there. And there we go. So we have that short green wire down there, and we have this black test lead with the alligator clamp to the left side. So now we take our other test wire, and we can clamp it down on our jury rig extension. Focus, focus, focus. Like that. And now we have our 2 exposed test leads out here that we can do a little bit of probing with. Now we can take our multimeter, dial it up to the little Wi-Fi looking symbol right there for continuity. I'm gonna end up taking these 2 tips off of here, but there we go. We have continuity when we touch together. Let's get rid of these. Now, if we touch these 2 leads, I should not have continuity. I should not hear a little buzzer if this is a properly working circuit. I do not have continuity. I was hoping that I did, which would mean that the sensor is bad. So this is not the desired result as far as like trying to diagnose something being wrong with this particular vehicle. I was kind of hoping that that sensor would be broken. This would be a really easy repair, but it's not. Let me jiggle these guys around a little bit. Make sure I'm not off of the wires. And unfortunately I am not. So we know that our sensor down in there for the fill sensor is not busted, basically. It's giving good continuity. Oh, excuse me, it's not giving continuity right now. So theoretically, if I was to either overfill this reservoir or underfill this reservoir, we should start getting continuity if we want to really test to see if this valve is, excuse me, if this is working down there. So I think I'm going to try that next. Alright, so what I just did here, I should have put this on cam, but I took a brake bleeding kit, I believe Harbor Freight Tools, with this little squeeze pump, vacuum pump here, and just siphoned out a whatever, 120 milliliters so far of the brake fluid in this vehicle. I'm going to release that pressure, let the residual go back down in. I'm going to dump this and just keep on siphoning. I want to get this on the vehicle. I'm going to keep siphoning that until I get this below the low level to see if my continuity meter starts beeping, is what it should do here very shortly. Turn it back onto continuity. Okay, so I'm going to keep drawing a little more, hopefully one more of these, that'll be it. Oh, I thought that would have been enough to get it down low enough. Let's see. Definitely don't pump your brakes during this time when you're down low like this. It's the worst thing you can do to get air in your system. Let's break that bubble. I'll go one more. I don't know is if I have to have the accessories. I may actually have to have the accessories on in the vehicle right now in order to do this. I didn't really consider that. Let me try that. And just for the record, the other lights are ESP and BAS, along with the traction control, the ABS, the solid brake lamp indicator, red, and yeah, there you go.